Hello and welcome to PUSH. My name is Matt. Today we'll be discussing the brake mounting system on the PUSH 9.1 fork. The brake mounting option on this fork is slightly unique in that we have two mounting locations to accommodate a range of rotor sizes, all without using an additional adapter. Before we take a look at the system in detail, what we want to do is find the diameter of the rotor we'll be using. This is usually printed on the rotor itself, and in this case, we have a 203 rotor. Okay, let's head down and take a look at the system in detail. What you'll find down here on the brake mount is that there are two 74mm post mount options. The upper mounting option would be for a 200 or 203 rotor, and the lower would be for a 180 or 183 rotor. The fork also included brake mounting hardware. This includes two bolts for attaching the caliper and two sets of spacers. The diameter of rotor you're using will determine the set of spacers you will use. For a 183 or 203 rotor, you will use the serrated spacers with the +3 engraved on them. For a 180 or 200 rotor, use the smooth spacer. In our case, since we're using a 203 rotor, we will use the serrated spacers. To install, first take one of the bolts, insert it into the caliper mount, slide on the spacer so that the smooth end is against the caliper and the keyed end is pointing towards the fork. Then do the same for the lower bolt. Since we are using a 203 rotor, we'll be using the upper mounting holes. When tightening up the bolts, ensure that the spacer keys into the slots on the lug. When tight, there should be no gap in between the spacer, the lug, or the caliper. The last thing we need to do is clip in the brake line. These clips just snap into place. If you still have questions about which brake spacer to use, head to the website for more information.